Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today I have with me the energy of Master Kuthumi on to be aware of distractions. There are lots of distractions that are keeping people away from the real importance of who they are. And this is something that he felt was very important to communicate to you, that you must understand that you are being distracted by your governments, you're being distracted by your educational systems, you're being distracted by money, you are being distracted, and this distraction keeps you away from your divinity. You cannot connect to your soul if you are caught up in your mind. If, however, you are able to remodel your mind in the image of your soul, you cannot be distracted, even if they attempt to distract you. There's going to be a huge uptick in the distractions that are happening. There are going to be more so-called events, what they will label as accidents or even acts of terror, are designed to distract you from looking inside into your own heart, to discover and become aware that within you is the solution to all of your problems. Your governments, your leaders are corrupted horribly and are not here any longer to serve you, but to manipulate and control you. And unfortunately, this has been true for many, many civilizations throughout history. The difference you have right now is the amount of information that you are able to glean, both truthful and false, that you can glean this information as a function of intention to liberate yourself from the distractions. One fundamental statement you will hear us saying repeatedly here is, you are love. It is what you are. It is not something to be acquired or achieved. It is what you are by nature. Whether or not you acquire the ability to express that love depends on several factors. One factor is how your environment captures your attention and instructs you on what is true or what is false. Coming into your body for the first time, you simply came in the pure essence of trust. And in that trust, you were open to receive whatever you were given from your environment. Some of this was not good, and some of this was more good. But either way, the environment either serves to strengthen you or weaken you. Do not let yourself be distracted by the machinations of your leaderships, those in position of authority who gluttonize themselves on your labors and your efforts. It can be very difficult to make the distinction between what is a distraction and what is not. But the simplest way to make that discernment is, if something is good, you will feel very good. If something is not so good, you will not feel so good. Do not let the dictates of your biology have you led around like an animal from this smell to that touch to that taste. Do not be so easily seduced by the senses that you lose all good sense and all connection to yourself and to your light inside. That light inside you that burns ever brightly, that cannot be seen in this world, but can be given to this world. There has been a great effort to prevent the light from coming into this world, as there has been historically in many cases where you find war is not simply a function of disagreement. Is it a function of a deliberate ability to try and restrict the light from coming into this world? You must understand that your so-called leaders have positioned themselves in such a way that they try to calculate where your saviors, where your healers, where your great teachers will attempt to come into this physical dimension by way of the womb of woman. And they have put forth a concerted effort to close the doors of admission to this world to those who would come and liberate you from your suffering truthfully. And yet you would hear the words of your leaders that sound so pleasing and good, and yet nothing good has come of what their pleasing words have said. And by this you should know by now that these are the ones that would continue to deceive you to their benefit and your detriment. So I come today quite simply to encourage you to look inward, to differentiate yourself from your mind and the distractions put in there, the stimulations you are being bombarded with to keep you away from looking to where the truth is within you. To look within yourself, beyond the thoughts, beyond the fears, beyond the doubts that have been given to you by the world. But they are not natural to who you are. Your fears and your anxiety are not the source of you. They are the source of men who would seek to manipulate and control you. Those who would truly offer their love to you would inspire you, would empower you, would share with you, would commune with you. They would not hide in their castles and in their hallowed halls. They would not hide from you, nor would they deny you. And all suffering comes from these distractions, that you may, by chance, gain more from them than you would from within yourself. Within that heart of your consciousness is that divinity that says, I am with you, and I love you, and I will guide you. Learn to listen within, not to the thoughts, not to the memories, not to the fears that they continually give to you. For this is how they have maintained authority over so many of you for so many tens of thousands of years. The same pattern is quite apparent to those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Distractions. Avoid the distractions. You must take time to pull yourself away from this world, to go within, to establish peace in your own mind, which they tell you you cannot do without their help. They even tell you that you must see this person. They will give you peace. They will give you relief. The relief is within you. The divine is within you. The light is within you. The healing is within you. And you may approach it and ask to be guided. You may be asked from within, where there is no man to tell you, no woman to control and manipulate you, but for you yourself, in communion with that divinity in yourself, that quiet, still place that awaits your footsteps of approach, that you can say to it, I am here, and I wish to understand why I'm here and what I am here to do. The answers are within you. They are not within the world, for if they were in the world, you would already have your answers. So they keep you wanting with their distractions. They keep you hoping with their illusionary possibilities that if you follow their trail of wisdom and knowledge through the conventional dictates of education, that you will find your purpose and your reason for being. And yet, this has not happened. For most of you, this has not happened. And it should be obvious to you by now that what they're seeking to teach you is not to liberate you, but to keep you enslaved by distractions, to keep you hoping beyond yourself, to keep you from turning within yourself to remember your strength and your beauty and your power and your connection to a light, to a wisdom, to a knowledge that transcends what any man can provide for you in this dimension. You are free to look inward, away from what they have told you to believe about yourself. And the games and the distractions and the noise and the kerfuffle and the wars and the rumors of war and the functions of encouraging you to not trust, to not believe, these are all distractions perpetuated by but a handful, and you know this. I am not telling you anything new, but there is but a handful that are distracting you, and they control and manipulate many with these distractions. The lure of wealth, the lure of fame, the lure of pleasures. They do this very effectively. When you can make the distinction between distraction and who you are, that you are not what you are told to think you are supposed to be, that you are not the things that they would say that you are this or you are that. There are certain fundamental rules that you must learn to understand that would allow you to honor yourself in body and in spirit. There are fundamental things that you must learn to understand to honor yourself in body and spirit. What you shall think and what you shall believe will affect changes in your experience of this reality. And most of what you think and believe has been given to you by them that would seek to control you and manipulate you. Let me say this, that if you can learn to honor your temple as if it were the temple of the living God, if you were to honor your body as if it were the sacred God in the flesh, if you were to honor your temple in this way, if you were to keep your mind as pure and beautiful as possible, then you would no longer be distracted, and your mind and your body would be content, and you would be at peace. But some would tell you that, oh, you are not good enough the way you are. You should look this way or you should look that way. You do not appear proper. They would tell you this to confuse you further. All the while you'll seek to find acceptance from those who would choose to harm you because they've convinced you that somehow there's something fundamentally wrong with you. And let us say to you now, there is nothing wrong with you. There may be some errors in what you've been told to believe about yourself and about this world, but they can be corrected. But fundamentally, there is nothing wrong with you. You are an entity, an extension of love and spirit, come to demonstrate love and spirit manifesting itself. But there are many distractions that you must pull your attentions away from to find the liberation that you so desperately seek from the world, that you seek from your so-called healers, from your teachers, from your politicians, from your governments. Pull your attention away from they that would distract you from the very truth of the essence of your being, that you are by nature love and creation. And this is very simply what needed to be said. You must recognize the difference between distraction and truth. The function of life is that it grows, it evolves, it springs forth, it expands. It does not diminish nor weaken. And your function, if it is in alignment with your true nature, will likewise do the same. Your life will flourish. Your body will be well. Your mind will be clear. But there are those, again, who provide you with distractions to cause you to think differently about yourself. That they say, if you do this and be this, then you will be fulfilled. I would say to you right now that within you, the fulfillment has already been established. But to understand the function of truth as it preserves and protects and holds all life sacred. Every cell in your body is sacred in this light. And you must honor that. You must honor life. Avoid the distractions. If you were to find peace as they would offer it to you, if you have more of this and more of that, and if they see you this way and they see you that way, you will feel better about yourself. But you have not yet, have you? So many of you struggle with your sense of well-being, and it is not because there's anything wrong with you. It is because the opposite. They are telling you something that is not true. They're saying to you that you are not sufficient, that there's something wrong with you. And they have planted the seeds of this in your mind. Step away from what they would tell you. Look inside yourself. Go deep within yourself. Step away from the thoughts, the ideas, the distractions, the memories. Step away and go within. You have heard the statement, the kingdom of God is within you, and this is a great, simple, and profound truth, that they would keep your attention away from it in the desperate awareness that you might discover the divine within you and realize that what they would have to offer you is like dirt blowing in the wind. If you turn inwardly, within you is love. Your mind has been given information that may contradict this, and so you may look inside and feel the fear and the uncertainties that have been fed into your mind. But go past those, go through those, go deeper beyond those. Let them go. And in the moment you release them, in the moment you release yourself from those thoughts, those distractions, you will begin to feel the essence of peace that is a product of one who's in alignment with their nature. The journey back home begins by your willingness to go within. To go within. Not to be distracted without the statement that the divine is within you is profoundly true. But you must turn away from the distractions and look inwardly to rediscover and liberate yourself from all this unnecessary suffering that does you no good. But they would have you believe that somehow you may achieve something just out of reach. It is just out of reach, they say to you, and you go to reach it, and it is not there, and it is not there, and it is not there day after day after day. And they give you their sweet and beautiful words that we can give you this, and we can give you that, and we will provide this for you, and we will do this for you. Such sweet words they give to you that are nothing but the bitter lemon that you end up biting into if you simply follow them. And many of you know this, those of you that live in difficult situations where you are under the illusion that you somehow lack everything that you require, and your circumstances will appear to validate that reality. But let me say to you that reality is a manifestation of their words that you trusted. Be mindful of whom you will give your trust to in these coming days, in the coming years, which are not great in number, before this change of consciousness will take place upon this planet. It is important you be mindful of whom you shall listen to, and equally important that you remember the value of who you are as a being. You are not what they've told you are. You are a divine entity here to manifest the function of creation in this condition of time and space. Your suffering, you will see, in the end, was unnecessary. If you listen to these words and step away from the distractions, you'll begin to remember who you are. Do not believe them when they tell you to attack this one, be afraid of this one. They delight in this confusion that they've created for you. And you are lost in that confusion because it is not of your choosing. But in your trust, you simply received it without question from those you had been conditioned to believe you should trust. But avoid the distractions of this world. Avoid the distractions of their sweet words. Avoid their manipulations. Avoid their temptations, believing that somehow the corrupt is some form of beauty, something to be worshipped. And they would have you worship death, and they would have you worship suffering. And in your innocence, you have followed them. Surrender this. All life is sacred in truth. And the function of love is obvious in its results, as equally as the function of fear and manipulation is obvious by its results. Avoid the distractions. That's all I have to say at this time. Thank you. Thank you, Master Kuthumi. Wow. We are, this Ascension movement is ramping up, folks. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Pure Divine. Hello, Tanya. Hi, Lauren. Hi, guys. Hi, TikTok. There we go. Got a question from Lauren. I felt I was being disrespected by a cousin, so I told her so and set boundaries. Was that the correct approach? I'm getting, yes, it is important. How can one know how to honor you and respect you if you do not tell them how? How can you know? How can they know? It is important you understand these functions of boundaries. From your perspective, were not malicious when you established them, but also with regard to their well-being too. You establish a parameter for them to function in a corrective way as well, so that they will, if they are willing, surrender their attempts to be manipulative and controlling and honor themselves. Thank you so much. Someone's asking, my mom isn't doing well these days. Does she have much time left here with us? That's from Brianne. Brianne, well, you already know the answer. That's why you're asking the question. But she's coming to a place of peace. Bring her to that. Be with that. Be the peace that she needs to leave. She's somewhat reluctant to leave because of the concerns about you and the others. I don't know who the others are, but this is what her higher self is telling me. That she's got concerns about you and the others. Assure her that she will find peace, and believe me, she will find peace. They all do. When they end up leaving the form, they usually end up finding peace when they go so gracefully. Yes, I understand. So yeah, but give her your peace and your love. Pave the journey before her so that she will walk it without fear. Yes. Thank you so much, Brianne. Love that question. Let's see here. Hello, Bella. Do I have a message from my loved ones who have passed and my boyfriend who unalived himself? I really appreciate you using that word, unalived himself. It's a lot better than the word death. They keep telling me now that word death has to be replaced with the word transition because we're moving from one state to another. But messages from your loved ones, I don't know, but I get this feeling that they're dancing in circles, like they're moving in circles, like they're in a dance of some kind, and it's a very joyous dance. The dance is not just for their own joy, but for yours, that you might find your joy in this world. They're actually transmitting that energy to you through this dance they're doing. They want you to really engage your joy, like dance in joy in your life. They're literally offering you that energy every day. So move towards your joy in whatever way you can, what you do, what you think, what you say, how you eat. Do everything with joy, and their energy will actually amplify your joy. It's going to be really beautiful. Yes. Someone's holding up, I don't know, but there's a big yellow rose. There's a big yellow rose surrounded by 3 red roses coming up in the middle of the circle that they're moving in. It's a big yellow rose and 3 red roses that's coming up. And again, do with that symbol what you will, but that's what they're presenting to my consciousness. Yes. Here we go here. We got, hi, Sonia. Question, do you have a name or a message from my spiritual team? A name or a message from this one spiritual team? The only word that popped into my head was the name. This is the spelling, Arklan. Again, Arklan. And again, if I were to say that phonetically, it would be Arklan. Again, is that correct? Arklan. Yes, Arklan. He says he is of light. He is of the purpose, the work you seek to do. Call on my energy. Call on my energy in what you would seek to do that is meaningful to you. And yes, what the thing. So the thing that you desire to do, he'll work with you. He'll actually impart his energy to you when you start doing the thing that really excites you to do. So please do that. Very exciting. I like that. Question from, here we go. Question from Rainbow Warrior Patty Tarot. What can they tell me about the situation with Cohen? Should I give him another chance, or will it end the same, or should I wait for Paul? I'm getting a very strong yes on waiting for Paul. Cohen, yeah, he has to release that bitterness. Like, he's got a lot of bitterness. He's got to let that bitterness go. And the fear that he's not sufficient enough, he's got to let that go. But the waiting, it's not about waiting for you. It's about being really centered in your work right now. You have to really get centered in your purpose and doing the things that are important to you right now. And yeah, Paul may not be the one too. I mean, that's the better of the two choices. But there's another choice. If you get focused on becoming really passionate about your work, something is going to come into your life that's going to be pretty amazing. Because things come into our life that match our energy, right? Yeah. Thank you very much for that question. I like that. We got a question from Sunny. There's some uncertainty regarding my career for this year. Any guidance, please? I'm relying on the job to get out of the grid at the farm. Get out of the grid of the farm. Thank you. I don't know, but somebody's saying, I don't see why you don't fall in love with what you are doing. This is what they're saying to me right now. I don't know who this is, but it feels like a female, and she's saying, why aren't you falling in love with what you are doing? The way will open for her. Tell her this. She must fall in love with what she is doing. The way will open for her. Wow. Thank you. Beautiful female. I feel like this yellow color, like this beautiful warm sun color just emanating from her. It's really beautiful. Anyway, thank you for that question, Sonny. I appreciate that. Can you please tell me if my surgery will be soon, please? Great question. I get an opening around my heart center, so I'm getting a strong yes for that. That this will come about sooner. They're saying that you can help it come about sooner by being delighted at its arrival, being delighted at its arrival, being delighted that it is already done, like that kind of energy. Go into that. But I'm being told, yes, it's going to come sooner than you expected. Be delighted about this. Be delighted about this. Yes. Let me take that off screen there. Look at all the questions today. Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can use the super chat if you want to prioritize a question, make sure it gets answered. Question from Vertical Connection. I distract myself every night 3 hours with the same habit to avoid sleeping in time. This has been going on for years. How can I stop it? First of all, it's not you. It's your body and your mind that do not want to go to sleep. You have to restore peace. You have to restore peace into your mind. Yeah. Whatever you're watching and letting go into your mind, stop letting stuff go into your mind that stimulates fear. Television shows, listening to news, anything that's going to keep fear active, because this is what they're doing right now, what Kuthumi was saying earlier. They're distracting you with fear, with want, with need, with war. They're doing all kinds of things to keep people disconnected. But for you personally, what you can begin to do is sit your body down. Okay, lie the body down. They're saying lie the body down in bed and breathe slowly and deeply and give your body permission to relax. Like, use your breath to breathe slow and deeply. It will tell your body, you'll send a signal to your body by giving it that type of breath to relax. And then turn to your mind. This is a very simple thing I'm going to suggest you do, because they told me to do it years ago. Take your index finger as you're lying in bed, put your right index finger over your lips, and when your mind becomes active, just go shh. And just gently repeat that sound shh, anytime the mind becomes active, and give your mind permission to be still. And don't be surprised at how easy it starts to become when you lie down and go to sleep. training your mind and body to be still and quiet. A lot of people don't know they can train their mind because they've let the world train their mind, right? They've been distracted by conventional education, everything out there. And a lot of people have fear. You're not the only one that's going through this problem of sleeplessness, because people have fear put in their mind from the world, and they don't know how to shut the mind off. But you can shut your mind off as easy as you can tell your hand to go up or down. You can teach your mind to be quiet, to be still. You can. It's got to be taught. Thank you. Love this. Will I get better from COVID? That's from Susan. I'm being shown bunches of green, like kale and spinach. I'm showing all these green things that you need to start putting into the body. You need to put lots of green, fresh stuff. They're saying, tell her to put it in the liquid form. In the liquid form, it is easier for her. If she tries to eat it as leafy things on itself, it will make the body work too hard. You need to do this as like a liquid, but really like bunches of greens right now. You need bunches of greens. Yes, bunches. That's what they're telling me. Wow, I like that.
With orange juice is a nice combination.
Oh, my beautiful partner here says an orange juice would be a nice combination with that. So you might consider that as well. Thank you. I love it. Chris is saying, hi everyone, please consider the master classes. Each individual has the ability to learn, to hear and see and receive guidance. Yes, every one of you has a connection to infinite intelligence. You have guides, you have angels, you have ascended masters, you have God, you have all kinds of beings that want to work with you and through you. You're not going to find them in this world. You got to go within. That's why Master Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within you. You got to go within. Go within. You got to shut the world off a bit, go within and connect your guides and angels. And we have a very simple system that they gave us to teach people how to connect to people. And we let these ascended masters come through us to teach these classes and courses. And it's pretty amazing. Thank you for saying that, Chris. We got our 102 masterclass, which is called Liberation. That comes up on April the 1st. And that program is about to liberating yourself from your mind and your emotions, to liberate yourself from old emotions, old memories, old conditions in the body. I highly encourage you. You still got about 3.5 weeks left to join. So go sign up at williammichaelforbes.com and check out our courses there. You can register and read all about it.
The one who's having difficulty sleeping.
Yeah, especially the one who's having difficulty sleeping. If you're having difficulty sleeping, this course will help you sleep. I can promise you. But the kind of sleeping it'll help you do is it lets your mind and body sleep, and you can awaken. Because your mind and body are distracting you all the time. They're distracting us all the time. And you want to train your mind and body to be quiet, to be still, so that you can begin to awaken your soul again, to come back to who you really are as a being, as a spiritual entity. Don't hold back. Don't waste time. Come and sign up for these courses. They will change your life in a very short and simple order. Thank you for that, Chris. Really appreciate it. Hello, Ruth. Good to see you. Thank you for the pink waving thing. Is there anyone who wants to send me a message? That's from Ember 2220. I almost want to say ISO 2022. Again, the first thing that comes to me is the lyrics to a song: "You celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music." I don't know if you remember that song, but celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. That song. That's the what I'm being told to tell you. Celebrate, celebrate, and dance to the music. Like literally, make that part of your day today. Dance to the music. Right? Wow. Hi guys. Question from Bethany. Any message for me? Yes. I got Archangel Michael coming in, and he wants to say to you to not attack. To not attack. He says not to attack, to stay in stillness. Be in the light that I offer you now. This is a blue sapphire light being transmitted to you from Archangel Michael. Like, let yourself be in that light. Feel the vibration of that sapphire light. Yeah, don't attack anything that you don't like. Just stay away from attacking anything out there. Just receive this light. Let this light transform and transmute those energies for you. Let them be transmuted for you. Let that light be received by you. Let that light fill the space around you right now. Wow, thank you, Bethany. Love that question. For those of you that are here, if you're on YouTube, remember to give this video a like and a subscribe and a thumbs up. It won't cost you a cent, and it's really easy. It helps the channel. Question from Laura Lee. What is my spiritual path? Oh, that's a great question. A lot of excitement. I don't know who this is, but they got really excited when you asked that question. There is but one path, but you must find it within you. It is the path of love. It is the path of joy. It is the path of service. Many of you are bound and tied by what you've been told to think you should pursue. But in your heart, your joy, your love will have you do very differently than those that would tell you to do what they would say that you should do. But your path is that of love and of joy and of service. Yes. Again, this comes up quite a lot. They're saying she needs to be quiet. You need to get your mind quiet. It gets in the way of you. It gets in your way. Your personality, the constructed identity that the world has given us, gets in our way. And they really want, yeah, I understand. Sorry, they're just excited because when somebody makes a question like that, they're making you're not just asking a question, you're making a declaration that you're now ready to start following your purpose in life. Ask yourself this question. Is this thought of love? Is this action of love? If you go through your day and ask yourself, is this thought of love? Is this word of love? Is this action of love? If you ask yourself that question throughout the day, you'll start to stop doing things that aren't based in love, and you'll start doing things that are based in love, and you'll restore yourself to your path, because we all came here as a function of life, as a function of love. We got distracted by the environment, by the body, by the senses, by people that manipulate and control people. But I'm really happy for you. That question is so exciting to hear, because it tells us that you're actually stepping onto your path, whether you know it or not. But ask yourself that question throughout this day. Does this thought represent love? Does this word represent love? Does this action represent love? And every moment today, do that and watch what happens. Watch what happens. And be open to receiving the blessing that will come as a result. Because when you commit to love, wonderful things happen. Really wonderful things happen when you commit to love. Thank you so much. Brown Eagle Woman. Hello, Brown Eagle Woman. Name's Angela. I desperately need guidance. Should I go to Luke's court to help remove the no communication order between the two of us? Again, I'm getting a constriction in my heart center for that. That do not let your need confuse your good judgment. Do not let your need confuse your good judgment. Do not let your need confuse your good judgment. Yes. Really important to start focusing on what it is that gives you joy in your world. What gives you joy. But yeah, don't let your need confuse your judgment. Very important. Thank you for that question. Really appreciate it. Somebody's asking, what is my daughter's life path? That's Angela outside, I think, on your side. Thank you, Angela. What is my daughter's path? Again, the path is always laid out before us, but the distractions along the way, what my guardian angel John sometimes calls sparklies, right? Little sparklies that get our attention from the world, that something distracts us from the world, from what really matters to us. For your daughter, I want to share a little thing that they told us to tell all of our students when they come into the course with you, that will help her and will help you. But get a little notepad, and have her write down everything that gives her joy. And then watch everything that she does and see if she's doing what gives her joy. But everything, if she starts to focus on joy, she will start to reactivate that energy within herself. She'll start to open that pathway. Whatever you focus on, you begin to actually manifest, right? So you want to really get her focusing on her joy. Does she enjoy the blue sky? Does she enjoy the birds? Get her connected to the energy of joy in her heart. Once you start to feel joy in your heart, you'll start to gravitate towards and you'll start to attract towards yourself things that are like that energy. And that's what's happening to everybody, is we're attracting into our energy field what we're most dominantly feeling, which is why they keep perpetuating fear and manipulation and control and power over people, because it keeps people in a state of fear. So people keep attracting more suffering into life energetically. You drop your fear, you drop your guilt, you drop your shame, you drop your anger, and you restore yourself to love and joy. Your world is going to change in a profound, positive, and simply elegant way. Thank you so much. Oh, this is a great. Somebody's asking, am I doing his will? This is a wow. Thank you for asking that question. I can feel the divine spirit come in to answer this. The answer is, this energy that's coming in is like this beautiful, sparkling white light just coming down into my body. That to say to you, yes, you are in the movement of that direction. You are. He says you're coming to the right side of the fork. To the right side of the fork, you're coming to that. That you would ask this of me is to invite my blessing to you. That you would ask this of me invites my blessing to you. Be open to receiving this. Yes. At that point where you understand, then thy will and my will shall be one. Wow. Thank you. Oh, I love this energy. Thank you for bringing that question. I love it. I think we're done over on YouTube here. Let's take a look here. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, is my dad happy with how we are taking care of my mom? Yes, I don't know why. I'm getting the word parcheesi. I don't know why, but the word parcheesi, I've heard that some sort of game from years ago in my memory banks, but that word just gave me that word right away. Something about parcheesi. And what do you mean by that? Play, games. Yes, things that are playful. But the first word he gave me was parcheesi, right? Games. But yes, there's great happiness and delight from him. But he says that would help, like the game element of it, making it a game, making this journey of hers a game. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. He knows that she yearns for his. Yeah, she knows. Yeah, they both know that they yearn for each other's presence. They both know this. The time will come in good time. But parcheesi, I've never heard anybody say that. That's really cool. Parcheesi. A question from Stella Steph. I would love to hear from Grandma. Wow. She's glad that you want to hear from her. It's been a while since you've really asked in earnest. I'm being, yeah. Again, I'm seeing curly brown hair. I'm seeing like something about this tall hedge, like it's a tall green something growing. There's water running by it. That be in this place with her. There's this tall green, like almost like a hedge, but it's not a hedge. I can't quite. But it's the green and tall. It's like 9 feet tall, and there's this like this fountain, this little fountain and river with little fish in it. Be there with her. Be there with her, and she shall be with you. Feel her hand upon yours. Feel her hand upon yours in this place. She will always be there for you. She will always be there for you. She will always be there for you. It's like this tall green wall in the water. Anyway, share what your thoughts and impressions are from that. Oh, you're welcome. Somebody's asking, any message from the spirit guide? Should I move on from Tyler? Well, if you don't do it yourself, it's going to happen inevitably. That's what they're telling me. If you don't make that move yourself, it's going to happen inevitably. Why do you want to delay your joy any further? Why do you wish to continue delaying your joy? So many of you, by no fault of your own, they keep saying this. Like what Kuthumi was talking about earlier, there's so many distractions. The next guy, the next money, the next, what the politician can give you, how much money, all these things out there distract you from the essence of who we really are, what you really came here to do and be as a spiritual entity. It's very different than what you've been made into believing you are as a personality, right? Here we go. Hi, Kayla. Is there any advice or answers for me? Will Mason come back to me and us and our family? It's really weird because I don't feel like he's left. I feel like his energy is still, like his soul is with you, but his mind and body are not. But he's very much energetically with you guys. Like a very big part of his soul is with you. The mind and body again are off. I that's very different. But do not, again, the words I'm hearing are do not fear. Do not fear. Do not make your love distorted. Do not distort the completion of yourself by this other. Do not distort the completion of yourself. What do you mean by that? Okay, what we basically mean is that the fullness of yourself cannot be diminished by another. Let yourself be full in the delight of your living, of being the best of yourself that you came here to be. Let yourself delight in this. Yes, but it's interesting. His soul is like, the soul of him is still with you. His body, mind have gone off in other directions. But yeah, they want you to go forward in happiness and joy. They'll say the same thing over and over again to people. Like, you came here to function as love. You did not come here to live in fear. You did not come to this world to suffer. You came here to express creation. And I'm so grateful that everybody came out today. A question from Adam. Oh, that's Chris. Adam, there you are. Question from Metatron. How does creative visualization create an astral mix from a methodological point of view? Please describe the process. How does creative and Chris is saying to Adam, Masterclasses, love will open your abilities to receive this information. The classes will help all to grow in understanding, to have knowledge, to use it to help love others. It's very true. When you connect to your source, look at being a medium is not something special. Everybody has within them the ability to become connected to divine guides, angels, ascended masters, even God if you want. Everybody is. It's beating your heart right now. But there's no system of education in the conventional educational system teaching people how to open up their inner senses, how to differentiate your awareness from your mind and body. I mean, we use our minds and bodies all the time, but it's not who you are. And once you can learn how to awaken yourself from the slumber of your personality, you can liberate your suffering. You can do amazing things with life. You do not come here to suffer. None of you came here to suffer. None of you came here to suffer. Brown Eagled Woman saying, thank you. You feel very safe. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, that's the energy of them that are transmitting to us. I'm just a vehicle. I allow this information to come through to the best of my ability. But again, it's very humbling to experience their love and their joy being communicated through other people. And again, anybody can learn to do this. You just have to have a process of developing those senses that have been made dormant by your distractions of the world. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
But your intention is to help people.
Yeah, always. My intention is always to help people. Fury is asking, my name is Brittany, and my mother, Dalen, passed in 2016. I just want to know if she has any words. Brittany, let me say this to you. It's important because you're asking the question because she wants you to connect to her. You're asking the question because she wants you to connect to her right now. Like, sit down, Brittany. Please sit down, take a deep breath, and relax. and feel her light. She got a beautiful light. You just sit down and relax. Feel her presence with you. Just because you don't have a body doesn't mean you stop existing. Like, sit down and just be present with her light. It's not, we think that because the body is gone, that person no longer exists. They don't exist in this dimension, but they still exist in consciousness. And when you find it, for any of you listening right now, you find yourself thinking about a loved one that's made the transition from matter to energy, from time and space to beyond time and space. When you find yourself thinking about them, pause. Because in that moment you're thinking about them, they're trying to connect you. And if you pause, even briefly, to just be present with their energy, you'll feel them. And you'll feel sensations. You might feel the hair stand up on your arms. You might feel hot or cold. You might get tingling sensations. You might see flashes of light. How they'll present to you is how they'll present to you based on your ability to receive it. But when you find yourself wondering about someone who's left the physical dimension, in that moment, pause, be present with them, because they're trying to connect to you. They can't talk to you in words. Like, they can't talk to you without a body. Some of them use me as a vehicle to communicate through, and you can become that for them too. But let yourself be present with them when you find yourself thinking about a loved one. In that moment, they're trying to connect to you. And if you'll be delighted at what you can experience, there is no death. There's simply a movement of consciousness from one state to another. Thank you. Someone's asking on TikTok, I love your energy. Are there any messages from my cousin or grandma? Are they together? No, they're not. The cousin has come back into an incarnation already. The grandmother is she's having a party where she is right now. She's whooping it up energetically. It's a very different realm when you're not encumbered by the personality and the ego construct. It's a very different existence. And you can learn to be unfettered from your ego. In this dimension, you can learn to be divested of the fears and the angers and the doubts and the stuff that we get programmed with. And then you can learn to live from the love that is naturally who you are. But the cousin's back incarnated, but the grandma, she's having a party where she is right now. I don't want to get into too much more detail of that, but she's having a lot of fun. Question from Rue Lorca. I met a priest yesterday during work. I was wondering if I could get an insight message regarding this encounter, if any. Again, the message, the symbol, I'm being told to tell you, the symbol that you were given is that the medium for that which you would seek to communicate with is within you. Do not, again, as was said earlier by Master Kuthumi, do not be distracted by what is out there, but look within you, for the holiness that you are seeking to unite with is but a single breath away from you. The holiness that you would seek to unite with is but a single breath away from you. Yes. Remember, most of the structures of religion were set up by these individuals that are controlling and manipulating humanity to their detriment. And it's unfortunate because there are so many beautiful, faithful, loving people that are honoring God and honoring the Christ and honoring these other beings that are here to assist us, the angels and the archangels. They all exist. And yet they would have you say that you need a medium, like a priest, or you have to worship somebody suffering on a cross to get connected. You can connect to the divine within yourself. It's within you. Look within you. Learn to look within you. Thank you for those sparkly, jumping little things. I saw that. Very fascinating. Do you recall me at the grocery store? Thought you wanted to say something. Sunday Fun Day 97? I'm not sure.
Sometimes you get messages.
And sometimes there are times and places it happens, and when I'm being a medium, I'm not trying to filter or regulate it. I'm trying to let come through what would naturally come through. But I have many times been walked up to people on the street or in stores and been guided to give them a message. And sometimes I see somebody and I'm about to be guided to give them a message, and somebody will say, no, don't do that. So I don't know. If I didn't speak to you, then it's probably because they told me not to, right? I do listen to my guides and my angels. I listen to my guardian angel particularly and Master Jesus, because they have a lot more knowledge and understanding about consciousness and energy than I do. And I will follow them before I would follow any human, right? Question from Sharania. I feel stuck in my spiritual progress. What is hindering? Sharania, come and join our 102 Masterclass. It starts April 1st. Go register on my website. If you are stuck, it is not because you're stuck. It is because you're ready to break out of the confines of the limitations that you've been struggling with. And our 102 Masterclass is called Liberation for a very good reason. Come out and sign up for that. Got about 3.5 weeks to do so. It will change your life. It will resolve a lot of unnecessaries. I think we're good there. Okay, so let's see here. We got a question from Angel on your side. Is there any message for me from the family on the other side? I think we just asked that. We answered that. It's one below. Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. When will I feel healthy enough to open my energy healing business? Thank you. Jacqueline, thank you for asking that question. I'm being told to tell you it's going to be very soon, but you must participate. You've been given the opportunity to demonstrate upon yourself so that you will know when you practice that you are doing as you are doing. The function of healing must be a healed healer. One who has healed himself will understand healing. And again, the hands here, they're holding my hands here. I'm getting this intense heat in the chest area of my body. And they want you to heal yourself, to literally treat your body as those you would wish to heal. Treat your body as though that was those that you wish to heal. It is important you understand that a healed healer is truly a healer. Very important, Jacqueline. Like, heal your body as if you were healing someone else. Treat your body like it's one of the patients that you will be working with in the not too very distant future. Understand this. Once you experience this energy, yeah, you can call on Archangel Raphael, and you can call on Master Jesus, and get them to guide you in the process of how you heal your body. Get them to guide you in the process. But I'm being shown pressing your hands into the chest area and letting, like you do this, like put your hands there and feel what happens, and let yourself heal the body the way you would heal others. And then you'll understand that when you heal others, what will happen to them, because then you will know that you know. I love that. Thank you, Raphael. Thank you, Jesus. Tanya is saying his classes are simply fascinating and amazing. Thank you, Tanya. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Please come out. Don't waste any time. Your life is too precious to spend it suffering and living in doubt and living in fear. Most of it is unnecessary. And when you begin to understand and remember who you really are, you'll be so happy. You'll be so much happier to realize you no longer suffering is a choice, right? I like what Eckhart Tolle says, that suffering is only necessary until it's not. And our master classes are literally taught by the Ascended Masters, and you'll learn that suffering is absolutely unnecessary. Hi, Brenda. Why we are moving out of this state, concerned with how my boys are going to deal with this mentally. Wow, you must understand that it's more so how you deal with it mentally. Are you excited? Are you excited? Do not be in fear, for they will understand that you are in fear. Do not teach them to be afraid of adventure and change and the wonder that you seek to bring to them. Yes. But I'm being told, tell her to get excited. Tell her to be very excited about this. And then her excitement will influence her children. But the excitement is very important. And the excitement must be natural. It must be natural to you and him and to them. I don't know who the him is, but they're saying to you and to him and to them. The excitement must be authentic for them to be engaged in it with you. You can't lie to children. You can say words to children, but if you're feeling something that's not in alignment with your words, they know. and you'll confuse them. If your thoughts and your emotions aren't in alignment, you'll confuse your children, right? Because children feel your energy more than they hear your thoughts in the beginning. But get very excited about it. Wonderful. Question from Awakening and Baconing. I like that. That's a really cool handle. When I was a little girl, when my mother died, I felt warmth all the time. I knew it was my mother. Yes, you did. And it still is. She's still present. You can still feel her. But please understand, remove the word died. Please. Died and death should be removed from language and replaced with the word transition, moving from a physical state of energy to a non-physical state of energy. That's what is really occurring. That's why you can feel their presence. And I know, I cannot tell you how many people we've had come on the show where they've said, I can feel them with me. And the minute you start becoming aware that when you're thinking about them, it's because your energy is interacting. And if you can pause and feel that interaction, you'll feel changes in temperature, you'll feel changes in your emotion. All kinds of wonderful things can happen when you start to realize you don't cease to exist because you don't have a physical body. You just don't have a physical means of expressing in this physical dimension the same way. Very exciting stuff. I'm so grateful that everybody came out today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday for the open Q&A for you guys. Yes, that's taken care of there. One more question from TikTok, and we'll call it a day. Hi, Susie. I think my sister was trying to send me a message yesterday. Not sure what she was trying to tell me. Yeah. I don't know why, but she's saying something about, I don't know why she's talking about underpants for some reason. But that's what they're showing. They're cartoon underpants. Something about playfulness and yeah. Yeah, the joke, she knows, yeah, the jokester, eh? She likes to joke around with you. Sit now, like sit down right now, like sit down right now. And just open your chest area like this a little bit. And just open let your heart center open a bit and just feel her presence. Yes. Let come to your mind what she will offer you in that moment where you feel her presence. Watch what comes to your mind, because that will often happen if you sense the energy of the consciousness of that individual. They can transmit information into your mind because your mind is non-physical. Your mind is a realm of energy that gets converted into matter through the brain system, right? Thought becomes matter. And you can perceive images, ideas, and information that would transmit to you in that state of openness to them. I think we're pretty much good there. Yeah. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out today. Come join me on the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Soul. We do open Q&A. We'll bring through whoever we can bring through at that time for you guys. And I'll look forward to seeing you then. I want to wish you all much, much love. And thank you to my partner in crime and for all of you for coming out and supporting. Oh, pardon me, my patrons. A quick announcement. So the winner of the free reading for this month's Patreon event is Tina Buck. Tina, you won a free 1-hour reading with me as one of my patrons, and I will send out an email to you so that you can set up the appointment. Congratulations, and I look forward to reading with you. I want to say to everybody else, have yourself a wonderful, joyful day. Have much love, and God be with you all. Bye for now.